Well, the ruling Jubilee Party, however, is confident the vote has been free and fair. It is calling on the opposition to accept the results.
When you're on the lead, you have to be more generous because we understand the level of emotions that they are trying to deal with at this particular moment in time, especially when they had campaigned on the basis that they should win. But there can only be one winner. And they had also campaigned on the basis that they were so far ahead.
Well, our reporters have been monitoring various parts of the country during the vote. Well, let's now cross over to Robert Nagila here in Nairobi, and Tony Methu is joining us from Mombasa. Robert, first to you, you're monitoring that election from the Tallying Center and you're here in Nairobi. The National Tallying Center is being watched closely at the moment. What's been happening there, though, in the past hour?
Well, thank you very much, Beatrice. A very good afternoon to you. We've been here all morning. There was supposed to be a press briefing at about 10:30, we were told, where the Electoral commissioners were supposed to come in and give us the latest update on the tallying figures that they had been receiving from across the country, really. That did not happen there. We were then told it would happen after about 45 minutes. That did not take place. And things began to move very quickly after that press briefing by opposition leader Raila Odinga, where he claimed that they had evidence to the effect that the system had been rigged and figures changed. Now, a short while ago, the commissioners came in and spoke. There's a press briefing on.
Robert Nagila there from Nairobi. Well, let's cross over to Sonny Methu, and we will return to Robert in a short while. Sonny, what is the mood like in the coastal city of Mombasa? You've been monitoring that election from Mombasa, and of course Mombasa has been considered a hotspot in as far as this election is concerned. What's going on?
Well, Beatrice, the mood here is quite pensive. For those who've been to Ukunda or Diani, the south coast of Mombasa, will tell you that this area where we are right now, just near the ferry, would be packed with vehicles, taxis, tuk-tuks, or the small vehicles, and there would be businessmen, but everyone has closed shop. Everything is empty. Town seems like a bit of a ghost town. This is the busiest part of South Coast right now. Of course, we had yesterday 2 suspects were arrested for apparently having 6 identification cards. We had voting issues in Changamwe. We had issues as well in Mikindani, but all the issues were resolved the same evening. Some suspects were arrested, including a clerk, the 2 individuals who were suspected to be distributing double ballot papers, and the mood remains quite nervous. People are nervous. It's peaceful. The people who I've spoken to just now, only 2, 3, 4 businessmen have been daring enough to open their shop today, and they're saying they did their job yesterday, and for today they are nervous, they are anxious, but they hope that by tomorrow it will be business as usual. At the moment, they're all waiting for the results.
All right, let's cross over to Kisumu, and we can bring in Alexandria Majala there. Alexandria, of course, Kisumu, that western part of Kenya, has been a stronghold of opposition leader Raila Odinga. So what is the situation like there in the western part of Kenya?
Thank you, Beatrice. Good afternoon to you. As of 2 hours ago, almost every part of Kisumu city was calm and peaceful. But right after Raila Odinga's press conference, protests did break out here in Kondele, and you'll remember that Kondele was part of the hotspots in the 2007 post-election violence. Protesters did gather here and they set some tires on fire. As you can see right behind me, smoke is still billowing out. There's police present. Rubber bullets were fired to disperse the crowds, but they kept coming back. There's choppers in the air, and I have to say that the situation is a little tense here. Beatrice?
Well, let's return to Robert Nagila, though, at the National Tallying Center. Robert, you have heard the 2 correspondents, Sonny Methu and Alexandria Majala, and do understand that Robert isn't with us at the moment. We will return to him. So, Sonny, in Mombasa, how would you describe the results the response to the unofficial results from the Tallying Center? How would you describe the mood there following that announcement of the unofficial results outcome?
Well, Beatrice, we've had at least 4 contestants concede they're peaceful. They're asking people to remain peaceful. You will remember one of the most famous people running here in Mombasa, in Nyali area where we've been covering the elections as well, is Muhammad Ali, who's a journalist and quite a popular one too. Popular for criticizing the government, popular for criticizing democracy. He's winning here, and his contestant has actually agreed with the results, and they're asking people to be peaceful. We've had members of parliament concede defeat. A governor here also conceded defeat already, and the people generally are saying all they need is peace. We were in a tourist hotel where tourists are saying they feel safe inside the hotel, but they don't feel safe outside of the hotel. It's quite tense. Mombasa is supposed to be quite busy at the moment. Hotels are reporting that people are still coming in, tourists are still coming in. The tourists we spoke to are saying we are following the news, but we're not nervous. We feel safe, we feel secure. IEBC officials say they feel that the elections were free and fair. Observers here report the same, but the citizens, as I said, remain nervous. But they say whoever wins, their job was done yesterday. Whoever wins, all they need to do is address the issues they care for. That's security. For example, in Lamu County, where we have Al-Shabaab threats, they want education to be improved. Public schools here are not doing very well in terms of infrastructure and resources that they need. There are few universities, few colleges. They're also saying health needs to be addressed. We have the nurses' strike at the moment. Only 11 hospitals are open in the whole of this region, where at least 1.7 million voters cast their vote yesterday. So all they're saying is they're waiting for the results. They learned their lessons in 2007 and 2013. I was here in 2007, and we were locked inside our house for 3 days without food, without access to anything that we needed at the time. But right now, people are remaining in their homes. They want peace, and they're asking other citizens as well to be peaceful so that their businesses can be open tomorrow.
Right, Alexandria, you've heard that there's a bit of tension in Mombasa, and you have also mentioned that there is a bit of tension there in Kisumu. But regarding the presidential election results as well, and I must stress here that they are interim at this point, what are the people saying about the interim presidential election results?
Well, the people here are generally really out for peace. All they want is to be able to live a peaceful life and go back to their normal business day-to-day going on. They have reiterated that they would like the IEBC and the president, the incumbent president, and the opposition leader to sit down and resolve the dispute peacefully. They said that the elections were peaceful and they'd like that momentum to continue. For the most part, Kisumu is really calm. The main CBD, Central Business District, is calm. Shops are closed, yes. The streets are deserted, but there's really not that much tension over there. It's just this area that we're in that has the current situation where it's tense. But most people just want to have a peaceful process, a peaceful resolution, to be able to go back to work, to be able to go back to their businesses.
Well, Sonny, to you though, in Mombasa, many are going to be wondering, of course, shops are closed, people are not going about their businesses, but many are going to be wondering, so what next? What is the wait and see approach? What happens from now on?
Well, tomorrow this place will probably be busy, Beatrice. We are hoping for peace. This is a region where MRC started in the Likoni area, Ukunda to be specific, in 2008. A separatist group called Mombasa Republican Council set up shop, and they were claiming that the people of Mombasa have been disenfranchised. But since then, we have seen the development of roads, we have seen infrastructure developed, including SGR, the Standard Gauge Railway, with the help of Chinese government, of course. We've seen the president was here not so long ago, a few weeks ago, distributing materials to colleges and universities, promoting education in the region. So the people here are saying the way forward. Even the MRC, the separatist group, are asking people to be peaceful, because what they want now is results. The manifestos promised by this leadership should be implemented. They want peace, they want security, they want health and education to be catered for. And for businessmen, they want women to be empowered. They want youth to be empowered. There's a bit of a drugs and alcoholism issue in this region. They want that to be addressed. So the people are just waiting. After the results, will the next leadership actually implement what they promised?
All right, Sonny Methu for us there in the coastal city of Mombasa, and Alexandria Majala joining us from Kisumu in Western Kenya. To you both, thank you.